Hello and good afternoon and happy Sunday. I'm KHE 11 meteorologist Chris Ramirez. We are tracking some storms and some heavy rain that's now moving through southeast Texas. The National Weather Service has issued a special weather statement for storms that are moving through North Houston and northern Harris County. I'm going to go ahead and show you what's happening right now. We're seeing some heavy rain, some lightning, and also 40-mile-an-hour winds in place. That's in portions of just inside the North Beltway along 45 just south of the Grand Parkway. This does include Highway 249 as well as areas as far north as Tomball. This includes Humble, Spring, and the Woodlands. As we progress through the next couple of minutes, we are going to see more of those heavy showers continuing its track north along 45 into Spring and the Woodlands. And so just keep in mind that there is a little bit of bow echoing going on with these storms. So this is a good indication that we could see some stronger winds with it. Right now, wind speeds are around maybe 40 miles an hour. We're not looking at any hail. We're just dealing with some heavy rain as well as some dangerous lightning with these storms as they are now moving towards Montgomery County. So keep that in mind if you are planning to travel out and about, that we're going to start seeing that rain chance increase for us here across southeast Texas through the next several hours. But as we look at the big picture here on what's happening out towards the west, it's looking likely that these storms that were moving through the Texas Hill Country and central Texas are very quickly moving through Austin. There is a lot of flash flood warnings that are currently in place for portions along the San Saba River, also the Lapanzas River, expecting to be in place for us for that region of the state. But we are expecting this to continue and these storms to continue to eventually make their way into southeast Texas, as things are going to become a bit more widespread and scattered across our area. So as we look at the flash flood watch, that does include a large chunk of central Texas until 7 p.m. later on this evening. As we look at our future cast, expect this band of storms that's moving through Austin and San Antonio to continue moving into southeast Texas, and we could see more of the heavier rain chances north of Houston into Montgomery County, but we can't rule out some possible downpours that could be moving through Houston proper through the next 2 to 3 hours. So future tracks showing downpours moving through at least between now and through 2 to 3 p.m. It's these band of storms that are going to be moving in from the west. That is going to be heading into our area by later this evening. At the latest check, models are including this to continue fizzling out as we get closer towards maybe 8 and 9 o'clock, but we can't rule out some possible downpours to last later in the evening. So that's that complex storm system that has brought that flooding threat to portions of central Texas. It's looking likely that this is quickly moving into across the state. It was stationary this morning. We did see some flooding concerns for areas along the Colorado River out near Austin, northwest of Austin, and even in the Llano River that stretches as far west into the Kimball County area, which is where Junction is at along I-10. And so right now that flooding threat just really not in place for the Guadalupe River and in and around the Kerrville area. So we're expecting more so of this flood concerns that could be in place for the Llano River as well as areas along the San Saba River out near Killeen and just north of Marble Falls. So as we track these storms, these are definitely coming our way. So we're going to have to keep an eye on these as we progress through the afternoon hours, that we could see some of these showers and storms make it into the Houston area later on this afternoon, maybe between the hours of 7 to 8 p.m. So keep that in mind if you are traveling out and about, that we are going to see those conditions once again mostly inactive from now until the rest of our evening. And so as we kind of sum this up right now, we are seeing some possible heavy rain. Well, there is heavy rain falling out in the northern Harris County and North Houston. That does include a special weather statement that is in place. As we look further south, maybe south of Houston, there is a heavy downpour with lots of thunder and lightning now moving through Sugar Land as I speak. So it's very well likely that this storm that's just the southwest of the Houston area could be getting stronger as we go into the next 25 to 30 minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised if this actually does include some high winds with it as this storm continues moving northward. There's lots of lightning with with that storm that's currently over Sugar Land right now. So we are tracking these storms as they move through Houston. They're fast moving as of now. We're not seeing any flooding concerns. We're also not looking at any rotation on radar. We're just looking at the 40-mile-an-hour winds with this system, as well as some dangerous lightning and some heavy downpours that could give us some low visibility, as well as some problem on some roadways in terms of the hazardous roadways. So keep that in mind. That rain is definitely good. There's a new special weather statement that the National Weather Service has just issued. This includes portions of Missouri City, Stafford, and Sugar Land, and it does stretch into the city of Houston. So wind speeds are at 40 miles an hour. There's lots of lightning with these storms currently right now. This is new. This has just came in as I was just talking a few seconds ago as we were looking at that storm. And so the National Weather Service now issuing a special weather statement that does include portions of the city of Houston, at least within the next several minutes. So this could potentially impact portions of West Houston going into the next 2 to 3 hours. So lots of rain. These are fast moving. That's the good thing, that we're not seeing any flooding concerns, but we could be looking at more of these heavier storms in these downpours that were out towards the west over the Texas Hill Country and Central Texas this morning. That could be moving our way later on this afternoon. I don't think that we're going to see too much of a flood threat like they saw over there. They were stationary this morning. They have picked up speed as we've progressed through the day and through the early afternoon hours, but we could see this band of heavy rainfall that could make it closer towards us going into later on this evening and into tonight across Houston and across southeast Texas. And so it's looking more likely that we're going to see this active weather pattern shape out from this point forward now into the rest of our afternoon and evening. But just keep in mind that storms likely to be moving through between 6 and 7 o'clock later on today, and that's going to be associated with those storms that were situated out towards the west over central Texas. And so we're expecting these conditions to become a bit stormy as we head into the rest of this afternoon. And so just keep that in mind. If you do have those plans outdoors, you might just want to keep them inside, or maybe just take it easy on the roadways. Go slower than what you have to go for this afternoon, as we are now starting to see these storms starting to flare up here across the Houston area. So just to kind of sum this up right now, there is a special weather statement. It looks like the National Weather Service had extended that northern special weather statement that does include a large portion of northern Harris County. That does include Bush Airport. So we are expecting some heavy rain to move over the airport with some dangerous lightning with it, as well as 40-mile-an-hour winds as this moves into portions of southern Montgomery County. So we are expecting also, as well as south of the Houston area, there is an area of some heavy rain that's currently right now. We have lots of lightning with that storm that's currently over Sugar Land right now, and this is moving in a general northeasterly direction. As we look at the number of strikes, 121 lightning strikes currently happening with that storm that's currently over Sugar Land. So lots of lightning, some potentially 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts with these storms, and we're continuing to track that as we progress through the next hour or so. And so it's like we've been forecasting for much of the morning, is that now we are starting to see this stormy pattern to take shape here across southeast Texas, even though we did start off mostly quiet and just sunny here across the Houston area. So like I said, heavy rain now moving through portions of Harris County. We have 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts with these storms. We also have dangerous lightning with these storms. I'd say just take it easy today, and just from this point forward, might just want to stay indoors, as we are going to see more of these heavy downpours move through our area, and it's likely that we could see some of this dangerous lightning moving into the city of Houston within the next maybe hour or so. And so keep in mind that we're also tracking rain out west that was moving through portions of central Texas. That was causing some flooding concerns and some flooding situation out just north of Austin along the Colorado River. It's looking likely that Kerr County and the Guadalupe River really did not see much in terms of the catastrophic flooding like they saw back on July 4th. It was more so between 1 to 2 inches of rainfall per hour, which really caused a very slow rise of the river levels. Also, it did cause some flooded roadways, especially along those low water crossings for areas out towards the west. But as we go into this afternoon, we're still tracking these downpours that are now starting to flare up for us here across Houston. Lots of lightning, some heavy rain with that, and just keep that in mind is that we could see these rounds of downpours move through the rest of our afternoon hours. So of course we are keeping you up to date with the latest weather updates on KHOU.com and on the KHOU 11 app. Make sure to join meteorologist Pat Kavlin, who will be on the 6 p.m. live stream later on this evening. So and if weather conditions do sort of take shape to becoming hazardous, even more hazardous, or we start seeing more storms, of course I'll be back on in the next maybe hour or so that we could definitely track those storms and give you the latest on what's happening here in the Houston area. Again, I'm meteorologist Chris Ramirez with your latest weather update.